One sunny afternoon, the golden rays of the sun danced on the lush green lawn of the backyard. Ibby and May were playing their favorite game, pretending they were explorers discovering new lands. Their backyard, with its tall trees, colorful flowers, and the occasional squirrel darting by, was their vast, unexplored territory. As they played, May suddenly stopped and looked up at Ibby with her big, bright eyes. "Ibby," she said, her voice filled with longing, "I wish we could go to an apple farm and eat apples right from the tree." Ibby paused, considering his sister's wish. He loved May dearly and couldn't stand the thought of her being disappointed. He pondered for a long time, trying to think of how he could make May's wish come true. Then suddenly, an idea struck him. Without saying a word, Ibby quietly slipped away to his room. He opened his savings box, a bright blue ceramic box, and took some money from his personal savings. He counted the coins carefully, making sure he had enough for his plan. With determination, he hurried to the fruit store nearby. The fruit store was a small, charming shop run by Mr. Thompson, a kind old man with twinkling eyes and a friendly smile. The air inside was filled with the sweet scent of ripe fruits, and colorful baskets of apples, oranges, and berries lined the shelves. "Hello, Ibby," Mr. Thompson greeted warmly. "What brings you here today?" "I need some apples, Mr. Thompson," Ibby replied, his eyes scanning the rows of fruit. "But they need to have their stems still attached." Mr. Thompson raised an eyebrow, curious about the unusual request. "Planning something special, are we?" Ibby nodded with a secretive smile. "It's a surprise for May." With his supplies in hand, Ibby made his way back home. Near their house, there was a big, beautiful maple tree. Its branches stretched wide, providing a perfect canopy of green leaves. Ibby knew this tree well. It was their favorite spot for picnics and lazy afternoon naps. Climbing up the sturdy branches, Ibby carefully hung the apples from the lower limbs using the thread. He tied each apple securely, making sure they dangled just right, like magical fruit waiting to be discovered. Satisfied with his work, he climbed down and admired his creation. He returned home, where May was waiting, a little puzzled by his sudden disappearance. "Where did you go, Ibby?" she asked, tilting her head in curiosity. Ibby smiled mysteriously. "I found a special apple tree not far from here," he said with a twinkle in his eye. May's eyes widened with excitement. "Really? Can we go see it?" "The weather is perfect this afternoon," Ibby said, looking up at the clear blue sky. "Let's hop on our bicycles and go." They raced to the garage and pulled out their bikes. May's bike was small and pink, while Ibby's was blue with shiny spokes. They hopped on and pedaled down the winding path, their laughter echoing through the quiet streets. When they arrived at the maple tree, May's face lit up with joy. "Wow, Ibby, look at all the apples," she exclaimed, pointing at the red, shiny fruits hanging from branches. "But I can't reach the apples," she said, looking up at the branches with a hint of disappointment. Ibby smiled warmly and lifted May onto his shoulders. "Here you go, May. Now you can reach them." With her small hands, May plucked the apples from the tree, one by one. Each apple she picked made her giggle with delight. Ibby held her steady, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction as he watched his sister's happiness unfold. They sat beneath the tree, munching on the crisp apples. The sweet, juicy fruit tasted even better because of the effort and love that had gone into making May's wish come true. Their laughter blended with the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze, creating a symphony of pure joy. As they sat there, they began to share stories and dreams. "When I grow up, I want to be a scientist and discover new plants," Ibby said, biting into an apple. May giggled, her cheeks rosy from excitement. "I want to be a fairy princess and have a garden full of magical flowers and trees that grow all kinds of fruits." Ibby chuckled. "That sounds amazing, May. Maybe I'll discover a new plant for your magical garden." As the sun began to set, casting a warm, golden glow over the landscape, Ibby and May knew it was time to head home. They gathered the remaining apples and carefully placed them in May's bicycle basket. "Let's come back here again sometime," May said as they pedaled back home, the cool evening breeze brushing against their faces. "Of course," Ibby replied with a smile. "This will always be our special apple tree." That night, as they lay in their beds, May whispered to Ibby from across the room, "Thank you, Ibby. Today was the best day ever." Ibby smiled in the darkness, feeling a deep sense of happiness. "I'm glad you enjoyed it, May." "Good night." "Good night, Ibby," May replied. Thanks for watching. We are glad you liked the story.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon to keep updated for our new videos.